Look around the room, see those faces. Every single one is living a lie. We've been sold a story that says passion has an expiration date, that vitality has a shelf life, and that after 50, a man's sexual life is supposed to quietly retreat into memory. I am here today to tell you that story is a fiction. It is not your biology that writes this chapter of your life. It is your choices. The most powerful sexual organ after 50 isn't found below the belt. It's found between your ears. It's your mind. And it's time we rewired it. Forget what you think you know about slowing down. We are not here to manage decline. We are here to architect a renaissance. This isn't about finding a magic pill hidden in the shadows. It's about turning on the lights and understanding the magnificent, interconnected system that is you. So, let's build that blueprint together. Key point 1, the heart is your command center. You cannot separate cardiovascular health from sexual health. They are one and the same. Every artery matters, that blood flow. It's not just for your heart muscle. It's the essential delivery service for function and sensation. Think of it as the ultimate non-negotiable. What feeds your heart feeds your vitality. This is the foundation everything else is built upon. Key point 2, partner with your hormones, don't fight them. Testosterone isn't just about drive. It's the hormone for muscle mass, bone density, and overall energy. But the goal isn't to chase the levels of a 25-year-old, it's to optimize your balance. This means honest conversations with a healthcare provider who listens, and understanding that lifestyle is your primary leverage. We work with the body's wisdom, not against it. Key point 3, move with purpose. Exercise is not punishment. It is physical advocacy. We're talking about the powerful synergy of strength training to boost testosterone and nitric oxide, cardio for that crucial circulation, and flexibility to keep you agile and present in your own body. This isn't about vanity. It's about building a body that is capable of pleasure and connection. Key point 4, redefine intimacy, expand the menu. This is where we rewrite the entire script. If performance is the only item on the menu, you're eating at a very limited restaurant. Sensation, touch, emotional connection, erotic play. These are main courses. The goal shifts from a single act to a profound experience of shared pleasure. This takes the pressure off and puts the joy back in. Communication becomes your most potent form of foreplay. Key point 5, audit your inputs. Your body is a finely tuned instrument. What you put into it directly affects what you get out of it. We're looking at the stealthy sabotage of excessive alcohol, the artery, clogging effects of poor diets, and the profound impact of sleep, the time when your body repairs and restores. And smoking, it's quite literally shutting off the lights in your blood vessels. You are in control of these inputs. Own that power. Key point 6, master your mindset. Stress, anxiety, and the specter of performance are the single greatest inhibitors. They trigger cortisol, which dismantles everything we're trying to build. You must cultivate a mind that is as resilient as the body you're building. This means managing stress, addressing mental health with the same seriousness as physical health, and challenging every negative stereotype about aging that you've ever absorbed. Your brain is your primary erogenous zone. Feed it well. Conclusions: so we stand at a crossroads. One path is the well-worn one of acceptance, of diminished returns, of silence, of resignation. The other path is one of empowered awareness. It's the path that says your later years can be filed not with loss, but with discovery, with deeper connection, and with a quality of vitality that your younger self couldn't yet comprehend. This is your new playbook. It's built on science, fueled by choice, and dedicated to the whole man, heart, mind, and body. The story of your life after 50 is still being written. Make sure you're the one holding the pen. Now, let's go write an incredible chapter. Consider this: the most critical conversation about your sexual health after 50 may not happen in a urologist's office, but in a cardiologist's. This is because the single most predictive factor for robust sexual function is the state of your cardiovascular system. We must dismantle the idea that sexual health is an isolated department. It is, in fact, a wholly owned subsidiary of your heart and vascular network. Every beat matters. Every artery, down to the most minute vessels, is part of an intricate delivery system for oxygen, nutrients, and, crucially, nitric oxide, the very molecule that signals relaxation and blood flow. Erectile tissue. When we talk about performance, what we are really talking about is hydraulic efficiency. The process is an elegant, vascular event. For arousal to translate into physical reality, you need arteries that are supple, clear, and capable of dramatic dilation. You need the endothelial lining, that smooth, delicate inner layer of your blood vessels, to be healthy and responsive. This endothelium is not just passive plumbing. It's a dynamic organ, releasing substances that control relaxation and contraction. When it's damaged by high blood pressure, elevated blood sugar, or the oxidative stress from poor lifestyle choices, the entire system becomes sluggish, unresponsive. Erectile difficulties are often the earliest warning sign of this endothelial dysfunction, a canary in the coal mine for cardiovascular disease that may show up years before a heart attack or stroke. Your body is sending you a memo, sometimes a decade in advance, about the state of your inner landscape. Therefore, your primary sexual health strategy must be a vascular protection strategy. What nourishes and protects your heart nourishes and protects your sexual vitality. This means an active, deliberate assault on inflammation. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is the silent rust that corrodes arterial walls, making them stiff and less functional. Your dietary choices are your most potent anti-inflammatory tool. Every meal is an opportunity to choose foods that heal rather than harm. Deeply colored berries and leafy greens rich in antioxidants, fatty fish abundant in omega-3s, nuts, seeds, and olive oil. These are the building blocks of resilient blood vessels. Conversely, processed foods, excess sugar, and unhealthy fats pour fuel on the inflammatory fire. Physical activity is non-negotiable, and its role here is direct. Cardio exercise, whether brisk walking, cycling, or swimming, is essentially training for your blood vessels. It forces them to expand and contract, improving their elasticity and stimulating the production of nitric oxide. It's a tune-up for the very system you rely on. Strength training builds lean muscle mass, which acts as a metabolic sink, improving how your body handles glucose and fats, further reducing vascular stress. Furthermore, managing blood pressure is not just about avoiding medication. It's about preserving the delicate integrity of those vessels so they can perform their vital task on demand. This holistic approach, targeted nutrition, consistent movement, and metabolic balance, doesn't just add years to your life. It adds life and capacity for profound connection to your years. It transforms your cardiovascular system from a potential point of failure into a wellspring of power, ensuring that the foundational plumbing of your vitality is not just adequate, but optimized and ready. Let us be unequivocally clear. The journey we have outlined is not a passive surrender to the passing of years, but an active, deliberate claiming of authority over your own vitality. We began by shattering the pervasive myth that desire and fulfillment have an expiration date, replacing that fiction with a powerful, evidence-based truth. Your sexual health after 50 is not a preordained decline, but a dynamic reflection of your daily choices. This is the fundamental shift from spectator to architect. By understanding that the most critical organ in this equation is the mind, you unlock the ability to rewrite a narrative that has been written for you. This cognitive shift is the bedrock. It transforms every subsequent action from a chore of maintenance into a purposeful step in building a richer, more connected life. The interconnected blueprint we have laid out, from the paramount importance of cardiovascular integrity and hormonal harmony, to the non-negotiable roles of purposeful movement, expanded intimacy, mindful nutrition, and masterful stress management, forms a synergistic ecosystem. Each pillar supports the others. The heart health you cultivate feeds every cell. The hormonal balance you support fuels your energy and drive. The strength you build upholds your confidence, and the intimacy you redefine liberates you from performance anxiety. This is not a list of isolated tips, but a holistic philosophy of living. It acknowledges that the man cannot be compartmentalized. The physical, the emotional, and the relational are inextricably woven together, each thread strengthening the whole tapestry of well-being. Therefore, your agency in this chapter of life is absolute. You hold the levers that control inflammation, you command the choices that influence blood flow, you cultivate the conversations that deepen partnership, and you steward the mindset that determines experience. This path demands honesty with yourself and with your healthcare partners. It requires moving beyond silence or embarrassment and advocating for your whole health with the understanding that there is no distinction between what is good for your heart and what is good for your intimate life. The vigilance you apply to your blood pressure and cholesterol is inherently vigilance over your vitality. The joy you find in connection and sensory pleasure is itself a potent form of medicine. So, step forward from this moment not with a sense of loss for what once was, but with a profound sense of possibility for what can now be. The second half of life can be curated for depth, for quality, for a resonance that sheer stamina could never provide. This is your invitation to engage not in a desperate attempt to recapture youth, but in the sophisticated, rewarding work of optimizing maturity. Carry this blueprint with you. Let it inform your conversations, your meals, your workouts, and your moments of quiet. The story of your life after 50 awaits your authorship. Write it with intention, write it with science, and write it with the unwavering belief that your most powerful chapters are not behind you. They are within your grasp, ready to be lived. Thank you for your time, your attention, and most importantly, for your willingness to engage with a topic that deserves far more light and far less silence. This conversation is a critical step toward reclaiming agency over your well-being. Carry this knowledge forward. Let it be the lens through which you view your daily choices: what you eat, how you move, the conversations you have, and the mindset you cultivate. Remember, this isn't about chasing a phantom of youth. It's about building a sustainable, vibrant present. Your health is your ultimate project. Invest in it with the same seriousness and passion you bring to every other important endeavor in your life. Take one piece of this blueprint and start there. Share this information, break the stigma, and have the honest conversations that can change lives. This is your journey. Own it. We are all navigating it together. Health is power. Now go build yours. Goodbye.